Easily the biggest source of frustration for most new viewers on my channel when it comes to my budget builds is the where'd you get that and how much was it actually? Now, thankfully for your curiosity, my friend Nick, who I met through this channel itself, has commissioned a budget challenge gravel bike build. And we're going to diligently keep record of the cost of each product purchased and see if we can come in under a certain budget. Now, before we get any further into this, let me just explain to you what it is that we're working with. The original dad bike frame. Well, let's make it a comeback. It does need a bit of a wipe down though. Now, if you recall from the dirt cheap gravel bike video, this is the original dad bike frame that I used to build the thing. And then if you follow the channel long enough, you'll know that this got swapped out for this. This being a 22-inch frame, it's a little bit big. It's a little bit big for someone like me who's like very frustratingly not 6 foot tall. Hence the swap out to the smaller steel frame that is maybe like a little bit too small. A lot of you like to bring that up, but I prefer ride something that's a little too small than something that's a little bit too big. That's just the way I like to ride. But I do appreciate your fit concerns that you put on to me when it comes to my like really cheap daily commuter bike builds. Anyway, Nick reached out to me saying that, you know, he's a mountain biker and that he does find himself using his mountain bike on gravel trails where he knows that something like this would probably be a lot more fun and a lot quicker. I tend to agree with that. Mountain bikes have their place. Gravel bikes can make much more mundane rides that much more fun. If you're riding a gravel trail and you see some sort of cool single track, way more fun on one of these, what we're going to build this into, than it is on like an overbiked mountain bike. Capiche? Capiche. Now, before we get along too far, we need to establish two things. Number one being a budget. Now, right now, this is sort of a point of disagreement between Nick and I. He's willing to spend up to $1,300 because that comes in under what the like giant, the new alloy giant Revolt that has hydro discs and Sora, and it's $1,300. Me personally, I want to see us come in under what you could get a new Poseidon for, which in Canadian dollars is somewhere right around $915 plus the shipping that you need to pay to get it here. So obviously I'm being slightly more aggressive than what Nick is. The next rule is that I have to remain impartial. That is to say that I can't donate parts for free, I can't use this YouTube channel to get better deals, and I can't use this YouTube channel to try and get sponsored parts for this build so that the price comes in far under the budget. And that all includes donated parts through the comments of this channel. You can't do it. None of that would be fair to this challenge. If I said that, then I would just say that if that was the case and I could use this channel as an advantage towards the budget, then it's really not fair to the challenge at all, or you as the viewer maybe trying to do the same thing. This is honestly a part that I'm gonna have a really hard time with because I originally started out by just wanting to donate the frame itself, but we did settle on $50. So I'm assuming, because you and I can't talk while I'm shooting this, that this all makes sense up to this point. Let's go back over to the wall. Now, one very notable advantage that we have in this right now is time. There's no rule for time, except for we'd like to have it done by at least spring of 2020. Therefore, updates on the build, well, they'll be like, I don't know, bi-weekly, maybe weekly, who knows. Depends on how quick we can source parts and how quick they arrive. That's kind of the commodity that you trade when you're trying to do something like this for as cheap as possible. You have to scour, search, flip, turn, and try and find all the best deals on some of the better stuff that you want to put on the bike because you have full bore, full custom, you can put whatever you want on it, the choice is yours. You just have to be mindful of what it is that you do decide to purchase because it'll eat away at your budget pretty quick. Speaking of that, let's look at what we've actually got to start with so far in the shop right now. So, to get started, we've got the old dad bike Norco Monterey in a size 22. Mated with a circa 2005 to 2009 Ritchie carbon fork. Now the fork does have aluminum dropouts and the entire crown area is aluminum, so not completely full carbon, and grabbed secondhand for a mere $60 and a couple beer. Now, of course, the question is going to be how? Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is a fantastic spot to go grab great deals on parts that people didn't even realize that people might have wanted. I put up a wanted ad for like an old school straight steer carbon cyclocross fork, and this came up. Actually, a couple different options came up, but I think this is probably like the coolest one for this build. So it's the one that, and now that I see the frame and the fork together, I think I've made the right decision. So right now, we're at $110 spent of the $915 that I want to stay under. And few Americans, which predominantly who watch this channel, are $699 US. That is what I want to stay under. I'm allowed to go over, but that's what I want to stay under. Let's get a good thumbnail shot here. Okay. So as of right now, this is about as far as I can go with this entire build, which makes sense. There's no other parts to go on it. Sure, I could probably spend some time maybe cleaning the frame, which I might do if it wasn't, snowing outside. Beyond that, this is what we're starting with. $110 currently spent. That's Canadian dollars. Quite a bit left to be had. We have spent some more money and parts are on the way, and they should be here within like a week or a week and a half, and we'll be able to update this further and kind of keep the tally going for where we're at budget-wise. Fair amount of confidence that we're going to be able to come in under budget with a bike that's going to be more fun and have like better parts bolted onto it than maybe what you could buy for the same price. Not to mention, it's just cool that we're building something out of parts that people weren't using and that they were considering even just throwing away. So yeah, that was just an introduction and a good way to like kind of try and finish the year. I know we've got like one Tinker Tuesday left in all of 2019. Thanks for watching those. Thanks for watching this. This is going to be its own kind of series on its own. I'd like to do more as I go. Thanks for supporting the channel. You can't support this build, but you can support the channel through Patreon or through the Teespring link below, or by continuing to just watch every video that comes out. And I really appreciate it when you do. In the meantime, below, let me know if you think that this is going to be viable or if you think it's stupid or not. I don't think it's stupid. I think for all of us who love to tinker and kind of put stuff together, it makes sense. For people who only think of dollars and like cents, they're gonna say, why wouldn't you buy something new? To them, I can't explain to them why we like to do stuff like this.